Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
I need to. My video game stuff's gonna be backlogged, especially when Starfield comes out in like a week and a half.
Dude, you have no idea how many times in the past week I almost bought Baldur's Gate 3.
It's got a perfect score on IGN.
Like, I know, like there was big. My friend's been playing it, and he's been streaming it in Discord, and I've been watching it. The only thing that's holding me back, one, is Starfield, and two, it's also Starfield.
Yeah.
And three, he's like, there's a learning curve because it's like you gotta it's like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
You gotta like roll dice, and the combat's a little tricky.
For
It's
what,
like,
for
man, I don't have
Baldur's
time
Gate?
for that. Baldur's Gate. And it's like I have so many games I'm currently playing right now. Like I just don't want to buy any more games, especially with Starfield is like 13 days away.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. They're adding more stuff to Cyberpunk to make it even better.
Yeah.
Which is kind of freaking nuts.
Although Forza 5 Horizon was free to play
You
this
should
past
play
weekend.
Forza Horizon 5. It is the greatest racing game I've ever played.
I did. I played the fuck out of it this past
It's
weekend.
so much fun.
I just bumped on Steam last Thursday night, and it was like free to play this weekend. I'm like, fuck yeah, it is. Let me install this right the fuck now. I put like 14 hours in over the weekend.
It's amazing. It's visually like one of the prettiest games I've ever played. Like they make Mexico look freaking awesome. Like it's just dope.
And it's not hard.
It's
either.
it's
Gran
arcadey.
Turismo is
It's an
hard.
arcadey game.
Yeah, it's very arcadey.
Yeah.
It's super fun. My guy had 2 prosthetic legs. It was great.
2 prosthetic legs.
Yeah, they were Hot Wheels prosthetic legs.
One of my favorite things to do in all the Forza ones is I'll be getting Forza Motorsport, which is the more serious version of them when it comes out.
Yeah.
I just love to just collect cars and then go into like the online portal, see what different skins people have created for cars. It's the funniest stuff in the world. Like I had a Jeep. I was like the Jurassic Park Jeep.
That's incredible.
I always
unreal.
make like a Lambo like that's redesigned as like the Batmobile.
Also unreal.
Like they're all just random stuff. There's one that's like a cop car. I think there's somebody's done like a UPS truck. Like they do stupid shit. And I'm like, this is great. That's why I spent a lot of my time. And then also just like racing. What I loved about Forza 5 Horizon was just they really highlighted the different types of racing you can do. Like you can do drag race, you can do a typical like race course, you can do off-roading. Yeah. You can street race.
Challenges, street racing.
There is a challenge
And,
where you
like,
have to like beat a jet, which is really fun.
There was part of the thing is that like once you start the game, it throws so much shit at you
It's
at
a
once.
lot.
It's just like I don't know where to start. So
You ever ride
let me
through
do
a
it as close to my
sandstorm
map.
in Horizon 5?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
Or there's
cheating.
one where you have to like fly off a volcano, and I'm just like, why are we doing this? You like race a plane, you have to race a train, I think in one of the major challenges.
And there's like sub storylines too, with like different characters, like the donut thing or whatever the fuck.
There's one where you have to be you're kind of like a lucha libre wrestler.
Yeah, it's just so silly. But I was like, yeah, I got my fix. It's on my wish list forever. But I was like, I just never pulled the trigger because racing games can kind of get like boring relatively quickly.
I never got bored
And I
with
was like,
Horizon 5.
I was like, oh, I got the fix. I'm good for a while. There's got to be a Forza 6 coming out in a year or so.
Well,
anyway,
they're doing
so.
Forza Motorsport because they always
They alternate?
So Forza Motorsport is like it's like their top gear essentially, like on like with Xbox attached to it. Because usually the Top Gear guys will narrate Forza Motorsport, and you'll do like actual racetracks around the world with all these different classes of cars and stuff. And then
Oh, here it is. Yeah, Forza Motorsport.
that's next gen only. And then Forza Horizon is the more arcadey one, so they switch back and forth. Like you know how
No, it's on PC. It's on Steam.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, it's gonna
Yeah, I can pre-order it.
it's gonna be on current gen for Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation 5. So it won't be going on like Xbox One X or PS4 or what have you.
Right, whatever the last gen
Exactly.
is. Yeah. So this is more just straight up
It's
racing.
straight up racing, but it's ridiculous. I'll have to send you the video that they released like about a year or so ago, but all the detail they put into it.
No, it looks, just looking at the screenshots here, it looks fucking, coming October 10th.
Yeah. So yeah, Forza kind of does a thing like Call of Duty does. Like you know how Call of Duty has sub companies that'll do Modern Warfare,
Yeah, Treyarch and whatever
so
it was,
they'll switch them up. So yeah.
No, that's smart. That's really smart.
So I just saw the trailer for what is it? Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. I
Listen,
don't care about Call of Duty
it's my
anymore.
favorite. It's my favorite. I like Modern Warfare more than any of the other Call of Duties.
I mean, the first three were fucking incredible in high school.
Modern Warfare 2 is an all time classic.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I played the original Call of Duty, Finest Hour.
Oh yeah, when they were doing
Which
like
actually
World
wasn't.
War II, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, so it's different. The actual Call of Duty. Let me check. Actually, let me check Steam because I have them all on here. There's a difference between Call of Duty and like Call of Duty Finest Hour,
Yeah.
which was my first Call of Duty. Then there's Call of Duty 2, and there's Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1.
Okay.
It's all completely different. Because one of them might have been PlayStation exclusive. So the one I know is Finest Hour and Big Red 1 were PlayStation 2. But like I'm looking at Call of Duty 2 and Call of Duty here on Steam, and they're two completely different games. And then Call of Duty 3 was also on PlayStation 2. And then Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is what we all know and love today.
Nice. Oh, Judge hit a grand slam. About time I did something.
Yeah. Kidding. And this 9-game losing streak.
Yeah, let me pull this too.
Yeah, those old Call of Duty games still hold up though. Like I have a PlayStation 2 emulator on my PC, and every now and then I'll just pop in like a Sly Cooper or Simpsons Road Rage or whatever the fuck.
Frets is what'd you say, Frets? Who that one because I never played the WrestleQuest is out today. Wrestling meets RPG, rad game with cameos from Angry Joe, Brian Zane, OSW, and more. Needs Wrestletic Radio DLC? Probably does not. What it like? Can explain to me WrestleQuest? Wrestling meets RPG. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if that's something that would interest me. It's another DLC, but no, Starfield is bonkers. My one of my friend's brothers, Luke, who lives in Colorado now. He literally, I forgot what company he works for, but he literally built a whole new gaming computer so he can play Starfield.
Just for Starfield, just for Starfield.
When people understand, I'm going to live in Starfield for at least a month before I realize like there's other games I can probably play. For instance, what was it this weekend on PlayStation? I picked up PGA 2K23. And just
PGA,
the golf game, yeah.
That's not. What was it? What was it? Golf game I played? It was free.
Was it one with
ago.
Tiger Woods EA games?
It might have been Tiger Woods. Let me check. It's on my Steam list here. That's OOOTO is TI. No. Right, was it PGA? It might have been PGA. LMNO.
PGA?
P. No, that wasn't it either. I don't know. But it was a golf game, and then one of them was really good, one of them was really shitty.
Who knows? Yeah, French, you did play Tears of the Kingdom for a very, very long time.
It was 2K23. That's what it was.
What's up?
PGA Tour 2K23
Yeah.
was the one.
Yeah, that's the one I have right now on PlayStation.
Oh, it's incredible.
I know.
It's so much
It
fun.
is so much fun.
It's really hard though.
It is. It is. I can't putt to save my life.
Yeah, it's just like real life.
Yeah.
It's honestly, dude, it's just like real life. My approach game is fucking amazing. Putting,
Horrible.
might as well be blind. Might as well be blindfolded.
Like, I just can't get the slope correct at all.
Yeah, dude, I can't read a green. It's literally impossible.
I was like, I think this works. And, like, what's the annoying part for me is I'm always, like, I'm either way off or I'm, like, a hair away.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I've double and triple bogeyed so many holes for no reason. I'm just like, this is annoying.
But it's still so much fun and addicting as
Ew,
fuck.
it is great. I love just making my avatar like the frattiest looking guy in the world.
Douchebag, McDouchebaggery.
Yeah, like one of my outfits has like a Barstool hat.
Amazing.
Because Barstool sponsors the game. Like their apparel is in the game.
Did you see Portnoy bought Barstool back for $1?
What, like a gentleman's bed?
No, like literally, like he sold off like whatever part of Barstool Sports like a few years
Yeah.
ago to like whatever. And it just whatever happened, it just didn't work. So we bought it back for $1.
Wow.
And now it's completely independent again.
Huh. Interesting.
Like Portnoy is always still related. Obviously, it's like it's his baby.
Sure.
But like they try to be a little more maybe mainstream, for lack of a better word, or like sponsor friendly.
Yeah, that didn't work.
And it's like, and then like people kept going after Portnoy with like allegations and this, that, and the other, scandal after scandal, and it's like advertisers were like, "Fuck this." So he's just like, "I'm just gonna buy it back from the person who sold it to me for $1." And Barstool is still like $1 billion brand.
Unreal.
I'm fucking up all the details, but essentially,
I mean,
that's
that's perfectly fine with me. I don't really follow Barstool that crazily, but I know their popularity.
I like Portnoy. I do like Portnoy.
Every time I think of Portnoy, I love when he went on this rant about Borelli's. He was like, "Why? How come no one?" Because he single-handedly kept Borelli's in business, and he was like, "How come no one supports this guy?" Like, because Borelli's kind of sucks. Like, if we would have liked Borelli's, we would have kept going there, but we don't. You're like, wow, how come no one supports a random Italian restaurant on Long Island? I don't know. Maybe because there's one every 3 blocks, Portnoy.
I kind of liked Borelli's, not gonna lie. I thought Borelli's was pretty good.
It's like
I wouldn't go to bat.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wouldn't go to bat for them. Like, come on.
Right, I wouldn't make a YouTube video about Borelli's, but I'm like, yeah, I want to order Borelli's. All right, sure. It's like it was like saved on my Grubhub. Like, you want to order this again? Yeah, I don't want to scroll. Click.
Over,
Done.
though. I was like, it's
minutes.
Borelli's. Relax, Portnoy. My goodness. Anywho,
his pizza reviews for Hoboken though are pretty accurate.
Are they?
Yeah, for the most part, they're pretty accurate. One pizza like maybe had diarrhea for days, and I think gave it like a 9, and I was like, "You're retarded." First of all, his pizza's disgusting.
There was one pizza place I always wanted to go to in Hoboken that has like really wild pizza, but I forgot the name of it.
Wait, Fred, did you say Stadium Stampede mode is out for AEW Fight Forever? It looks like Fortnite. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty cool.
Stadium Stampede looks like
fun.
Fortnite. It's ironic because Bianca and Becky just became Fortnite characters.
Ah, of course they did. Who isn't a Fortnite character?
That's true. And to this day, never played a lick of Fortnite.
Me neither. Do I don't do you do the Battle Royale in Call of Duty? Warzone, whatever it's called?
I did once. I don't get it. I'd rather just play like a straight up like anything else.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I'm gonna spend half my time waiting for the next
game.
like
I'm waiting, I'm building stuff. Like this is not fun. Like let me just go around this.
That's why I didn't play Search and Destroy, because I was gonna spend most of my time waiting.
Yeah. I'd rather just, have it be a free for all or like a team battle or something like.
Yeah, let me play the game.
Yeah, let's. I don't want to set up all this random shit for no reason, and then in 2 seconds I'm taken out by somebody who's been like scoping me for like a half hour.
Although the Gulag is pretty dope, though. That's a good concept. Not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of the Gulag.
Yeah. So, anyway, you ready to get the show on the road?
All right. Yeah, it's rock and roll. I'm gonna start rolling.
Mm-hmm. Whenever you're ready.
Let me start the backup. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, Funker.
Midnight Music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, the wrestling world will descend on jolly old London, England this weekend as AEW goes all in at Wembley Stadium with one of the biggest events, or actually the biggest event, in the history of that company. We break down the matches and all other details from the soon-to-be historic event in pro wrestling. Because, folks, we're going all in on AEW. I know we don't do that often, but we've got to give them their due. It is a pretty big event, and, there's a lot of stuff happening next week with WWE and AEW as well. So this week, it is going to be episode 351, a Wembley good time, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, Kings of the Rings podcast, and it starts right now. I almost got us some help this week. I almost.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. I
almost
thought you were going to, but I guess they weren't around.
Yeah, they weren't around. I tried. I'll tell you right now.
Ah.
I tried to bring back the American blonde Claire, but I think she's in Alaska.
Oh, that's
So that's
fun.
nice.
I think. Is it? Is that fun? Is that fun? Is that some fun, Ricky? I don't know.
My mom and my sister, I think, did an Alaskan cruise, and they like loved it. So I hear it's a good time.
Well, we might do WrestleMania in Minneapolis. That's the closest we're gonna get to Alaska.
That's fine by me, honestly. That's really fun. I will say, Alaskan salmon, freaking fantastic.
Oh yeah, Alaskan king crab, also fantastic.
Allergic to shellfish, so I'll take the salmon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode 351 of Wembley. Good time. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. It's myself and Willie T. Unfortunately, no K. K is going night-night after a long day of work, and probably also a long weekend. It was Kayfabe's birthday, so happy belated birthday, Kayfabe. Hope it went well. I left you a voice message since you didn't pick up your phone, but it's understandable because you can do what you want on your birthday. So again, folks, we're going all in on AEW. It's been a long time since we've done something like that, so this is going to be a really, really fun show. But before we get into all that, please like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. If you like some of our merch, including the merch that I'm wearing right now, which is just, my symbol, King Ricky Rose, you can get access to that in the links in the description below, wherever you are listening to us a little bit later on in the week, or if you are watching us live right now on YouTube, Twitter, because we're not calling it X, and as well as Twitch. So we... God, there's a whole theory about why he switched to X, but we can get into that at another time. Will Tarashak, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I want to hear this theory. I used to. I'm a fan of Elon Musk because it's a weird thing to say.
It is very weird.
But the more Elon Musk is in the public spotlight, the more I want that light bulb to fucking die. But yeah, thank you to all of our subscribers. I noticed the subscribers on YouTube kids ticking up one by one, day after day, which is great.
Yeah,
my Talk and Tarashik feed has been put to a halt, which is not great.
You know what helped, actually? It's because I clipped our discussion about CM Punk getting the Hogan, and I think that helped that a lot.
Yeah, that'll do it. Imagine what you do when you actually put work into a podcast. Yeah, right? Imagine that.
Yeah, I mean, it was more just the CM Punk thing.
Yeah, of course.
Like, what did CM Punk do again? It's totally believable and clickable.
I can't wait to let himself go against call him CM Chunk.
I bet you there will be somebody at WrestleMania who will be dressed like that.
CM Chunk. I gotta clean on my.
You know what I just realized? Actually, we're gonna run into CM Punk Kid.
Are we?
When we go to WrestleMania. Come on, we were in New Orleans and we ran into him.
Dude, I don't remember who CM Punk.
He was the guy that had like the really, really long hair, and he had CM Punk's like taped up hands with the X's on them. We used to call him CM Punk guy.
CM Punk guy. I need to fucking wait. Was he the guy who was always like front row in Chicago? He's always on camera.
No, not that guy. No, it's a guy that we'd always see. Like he was at Evolve all the time. And then he was like at Albio.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember this doofus. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently his name is Mittens.
Mittens? That's his real name?
I don't know if
it's
Mittens, but like that's what people in the wrestling community call him, Mittens.
Okay.
I think it's Mittens. Someone has to confirm this for me. This is definitely going to be a clip on like one of our socials. So yeah, we're looking for Mittens. Even though we'll probably run into him in some way, shape, or form. It's not an invite to be on the show, Mittens, but we are looking for you.
I still like Balor Club guy.
It's his birthday, I think, yesterday or today.
All right, happy birthday, Balor Club guy.
I know he's still looking for tickets, and I think he has. I know he's had a girlfriend pretty long term, and she's also a wrestling fan because I did meet her in Texas. And I don't know if his mom is still going with him to events. He always did bring his mom as well.
Yeah.
So shout out to Balor Club guy, great guy. That dude is like a literal like celebrity when I was in Texas. Like he's blown up, and like honestly proud of him. One of the coolest people we've ever had on the show.
Such a nice person.
Nice guy and dedicated fan. Like this dude travels.
I don't know how they do it, man. I don't know how they do it.
We had him on the show in Axum, and I still don't understand how he does it.
Did he work at Walmart?
Yeah, he's making good money at Walmart.
This is a typical job, right? Nothing crazy. He's like a financial analyst, right? He's not a crypto dealer, right? Like he just manager at Walmart.
Yeah,
What a country.
raking.
What a
raking,
country.
raking stuff. Yeah, so if we're gonna go all in on Wembley Stadium and all of that stuff, that entails. But unfortunately, we do have some unfortunate late breaking news that occurred a couple of hours before we went live and confirmed by multiple news outlets on the wrestling legend that is Terry Funk. Some of you guys knew him as Chainsaw Charlie during the Attitude Era in a very weird moment in time in pro wrestling when a man in a mask can run around with a chainsaw. Not the dumbass Texas Chainsaw Massacre match that happened on AEW last week. We're talking about...
Hey, we always shit on them for not making money. Let's applaud them for making a business decision, all right? Mr. Slim Jim Battle Royal.
Listen, at least that was sponsored at a major event.
All right, Mr. Remember the Miz got eaten by zombies on pay-per-view?
Okay, yeah, but they didn't have somebody coming out like trying to look like the worst Leatherface impression ever.
Yeah.
You know. Anywho, yes, Chainsaw Charlie is how a lot of people discovered Terry Funk. But I'll read to you some of the clippings from ESPN. But they just put an article out about his career, which I think is actually kind of poignant. So Funk was inducted to the Hall of Fame in WWE in 2009. He was 79 when he actually passed away, and he's also an inductee of the International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame, which he was inducted in 2 years ago. Which is, if you ask anybody in the wrestling business, that's kind of the bigger deal than the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's a former NWA World Champion, winning the Heavyweight Championship in 1975, won the ECW Wrestling Championship title in 1993, and then 4 years later, in 1997, he wrestled for 52 years. Okay, with his final match coming in 2017. His body of work was more than the sum of his parts. Funk touched several different generations of wrestling and stood out in them all in the 1970s and early 1980s. He was known as one of the top stars of a territory era, headlining matches in places like Florida, Memphis, against people like Dusty Rhodes and Jerry Lawler. He wrestled in Japan, where he rose to fame as part of a heel tag team with his brother Dory Funk Jr. Later in the 80s, he had WWF Championship matches with Hulk Hogan, tore down the house in WCW with Flair. Just to name a few. Funk was born in Indiana, wrestled out of Amarillo, Texas, was in his 50s by the time, and he was still putting on memorable performances in his 50s. Okay, he's already past wrestler prime in his 50s, and he's still putting on crazy ass matches.
Yeah, he had Jericho body in ECW.
Yeah, he did. It is stated in this article there wasn't anything Funk couldn't do in wrestling. He excelled as a babyface. He excelled as a heel. Legendary interviews on the microphone. Great microphone guy. Dramatic matches in the ring spanning 4 generations. There is much that you can say about Funk in and of himself. One of the biggest things that you need to know is that the Mick Foley wouldn't be Mick Foley or Mankind or Dude Love or anything like that without Terry Funk. Foley has come out just today saying that Terry Funk was his mentor. And if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be where he was. And that's, to me, as someone who grew up in the Attitude Era, I feel like that's all you really need to know about how good Terry Funk was.
Godfather of hardcore, man.
Absolutely.
You know, he is known as the first person to really go crazy out there, right? Like bleeding every single night and doing the crazy spots. And I know we all know him as Chainsaw Charlie, but I know him as Terry Funk in ECW. And let me tell you, he headlined the first ECW pay-per-view, Barry Legal, on April 13th, 1997, where he defeated Raven, and it might have been a triple threat for that ECW title. And if you need like a history lesson, go and watch his promos, go and watch his programs, and go and watch the spots he took at 55 years old when he looked like he was 70 years old, and you thought he was going to die by 2003. It's unreal. You know, him and Tommy Dreamer also had a huge the other way around. Funk had a huge impact on Tommy Dreamer, who's my favorite wrestler, Tommy Dreamer. And like the hardcore legend, and you know, it's unbelievable the career this guy had, and that he survived this long wrestling, and it's just absolutely unreal. And when he won that ECW title, it was like believable. Yeah. It wasn't this like, what the fuck is going on here? it was just like, yeah, oh, I believe this because he was so over.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of funny as Chainsaw Charlie. Even JR was just like, that's Terry Funk. Like they still recognize it's Chainsaw Charlie, Terry Funk.
Yeah, he's.
Well, I mean, absolute legend. He's on your favorite. He's probably on your favorite wrestler's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he's your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. For sure.
Yes, exactly.
For sure. So rest in peace, Terry Funk. 79 years, which for a wrestler, that's freaking commendable. Wrestlers do not have a long lifespan.
Great promo too, because the 80s and the early 90s, even the mid 90s, had a lot of that screaming promo. It was like MJF every week.
Yeah.
Funk really kind of took it like the Jake the Snake route a lot, where he kind of just slow, methodical, and calm kind of a presence, especially as a heel.
Yeah, Terry Funk is the man. And like if you look back at the Hell in a Cell match that everybody talks about, when Mick Foley goes through the center of the cell and just literally bounces off hardwood, like in the ring. Terry Funk is the first one in the ring.
He took a choke slam.
Yeah.
Taker gave him a choke slam.
Yeah.
And when we say wrestling has more than one royal family, Funk just goes, "You got it right, you whore."
Yeah, so R.I.P. Terry Funk. If you really enjoy pro wrestling, you will watch a Terry Funk match and you will enjoy it to the fullest extent.
Yeah, and people call Jericho the modern day Terry Funk because he just in the 90s he bounced around from territory to territory.
Yeah.
And just kept on working.
Yeah. Yeah, and that
and Jericho will say that Funk was a huge influence on him as well.
Absolutely.
Especially for his current run.
Yeah, it is his current run. And we're gonna talk
You egg-sucking dog. Funker.
Yes, Jericho will be one of the people appearing at AEW All In London in Wembley Stadium, which has gone on record as being one of the largest ticket sales ever in the history professional wrestling. They beat all of my expectations. I think I said like 50 would be great. They've hit 80 reportedly, well over 80,000.
I think I said I'd be surprised at 60 or 70. I didn't think it ever hit 80.
They hit 80. So. I believe they beat the Wembley Stadium attendance from SummerSlam '92.
No, for sure.
For sure.
Who cares?
It is alleged that they beat the WrestleMania 32 Dallas attendance record as well.
Wasn't it over 100? Wasn't it over 100,000?
That was what was told.
Right, but the gimmick they do is WWE fans, which means like that includes staff.
That's everybody in the building, yeah.
Like backstage, everybody in the building
attendance. So it is inflated.
Which fucking genius. Yeah. But like even with the inflated numbers, AEW won't. I don't think we'll have more than 100,000 people in the building.
No. So like I said, the actual
that would be fucking wild.
The actual attendance is they said it's around 80. I want to say like 83, and that's something that AEW was lauding, and they actually lauded as this is the biggest event in the history of wrestling. Well, WWE said, hold on a second.
Yeah, we just sold 90,000 tickets.
Yeah, WWE. I have to pull up this presser right now, actually, but folks, WWE. sold.
let's come back down to earth for a second.
Yes. This is for the history of WrestleMania, and I'm going to read to you this press release right now. By the way, the AEW is lauding about these 80,000 tickets. 80 some odd thousand tickets.
Which they should.
Which is great. It is the biggest thing that they've ever done.
Which is good for the business. Which is good for everything.
This is great in pro
Let's
wresling.
Not poo-poo on that. But let's also have some reality.
Let's get some perspective in here. So WrestleMania tickets went on sale officially last Friday. Okay. And here's the press release from WWE, which they were very sure to talk about on SmackDown, like hours after it went on sale. So the press release says WWE today announced that WrestleMania 40 broke the company's all-time gate record in one day. Okay. Literally hours. They're saying one day to be nice. It was in hours, okay? The previous total gross record was $21.6 million set earlier this year at WrestleMania 39 at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. So they're telling you, in one day, which is all per perspective, we're not trying to shit on AEW here, but in one day, WWE broke the gate record for WrestleMania of all time. Yeah. Which is nuts.
I wonder if that's adjusted for inflation.
I don't know. That
Probably not, because also you gotta remember they're probably including all the Ticketmaster fees as well.
I'm wondering. I probably, but it's still.
Dude, they juiced their attendance numbers. You don't think they juiced their financials, at least in terms of
this for press releases? Absolutely, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah. And they talk about investors. Yeah, here's the revenue minus this, that, and the other, because they legally have to. But for this, a press release. Yeah, like take these numbers. Also, these numbers are impressive. Don't get me wrong, but take it with a grain of salt. Ticketmaster was a monopoly.
Yeah, but also think about
ticket prices are inflated anyway.
The on-location priority passes too also play a role in that as well.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
So the press release goes on to say WrestleMania 40 takes place at Lincoln Financial Field on Saturday and Sunday. Has sold more than 90,000 tickets when it went on sale last Friday. But actual numbers about like 92, by the way. Okay. The record.
That's more than Wembley and WrestleMania. That's SummerSlam '92. Cool.
Yeah, the record gate comes on the heels of unprecedented ticket sales for WWE in 2023. Let's see. They talked about SummerSlam emanating from Ford Field earlier this month, which generated a record gate of 8.5 million, the largest gate for any non-WrestleMania event, which is kind of nuts. So yeah, that is perspective, and honestly, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah, this is like, I understand All In, this is a big deal. We're not trying to shit on that, but like when you have a brand as in WWE that's been around for 50 some odd years and has the hype that it's had and is going through, is on the biggest part of a renaissance in pro wrestling. Thanks writer strike and actor strike, by the way. This should occur. So, like I said, this isn't the shit on AEW. AEW is doing a phenomenal thing, and I hope to God they knock it out of the park.
I hope the show's amazing.
Yeah, I really hope they do. I have concerns, but I hope to God they knock it out of the park. But
I will not be watching because I will be in Delaware.
Yeah,
but fingers crossed.
Yeah,
it's
but
amazing.
think about it, folks. The fact that we have two tentpole events for two different major pro wrestling companies that can sell well over 80,000 tickets each easily, by the way, is the greatest news in the modern history of pro wrestling.
Yeah, man, wrestling is hot again, which is good for everybody. Like, AEW is a hot product, which is good for WWE. WWE is better, which is good for AEW, and the fans are more than merry or happy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, there's definitely some added cushion for AEW because they're in London and they don't get wrestling that often. So as much as to this scale, so they get that boost, which is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But could they do this in the States?
Oof.
Maybe.
Time will tell.
Probably not 80. They could probably, honestly,
I'll give them 60.
60.
Yeah, I'll give them 60.
It's like if they did Jacksonville Stadium.
Yeah, I'll give them 60.
Could they get 60,000?
I'll give them 60.
Yeah. Which a few months ago we probably said no the fuck way.
No, but I can give them 60.
So I think they could easily do 60. Yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they did 80 in the States either.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a huge success. It's hopefully the show can deliver, which AEW shows typically it's about 60-40 they deliver.
Yeah, they deliver. You have to stick the finish. That is my concern. Stick the finish, AEW, and you will be all right. Also, to kind of give you some information of this, AEW All In is also in London. This means the show's going to be happening in the States in the afternoon. This isn't a night show, okay? The pre-show, or 0 hour as they're calling it, is going to be starting at noon on Sunday. The actual event is going to be happening at 1 o'clock on the East Coast of the United States. So keep that in mind when you're waking up on Sunday or having runs. Like, this is not a night show. It's a night show for the people in London. But for us in America, it's the middle of the freaking day.
And the crowd's going to be fucking awesome, too.
Yeah. The European crowds are one of the crowds I've always wanted to, be a part of.
Yeah.
At some point.
The wrestling is going to be great. It's just a matter if they can get to finishes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's doing some interesting stuff. So let's get into it right now. Let's talk about the match card for AEW All In as it has been. I think there's nothing that's going to be added unless it's something that they throw together. We're going to go with top of the card, obviously. AEW World Championship, MJF versus Adam Cole. Even though they are a tag team. It gives me very John Cena, Shawn Michaels type vibes that they're trying to do here. Clear.
Has one turned on the other yet? No, not yet.
Here's the thing. So they're also in the pre-show match for the ROH tag team titles.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I was going to reveal that later, but yeah, they're also the pre-show match. They're wrestling twice.
Why?
I don't know.
Which means they're winning, right? They have to win.
That's why I said this gives me Michael Cena.
And that's where the turn happens. But why wouldn't you do like a major turn like that on TV?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it said Fretz, who does watch a lot more AEW than we do, said that nobody has turned. MJF has been acting, quote, vulnerable, but there's no vulnerable bone in MJF's body. I'll tell you that right now. Here's the thing. And we're going to have to go back and forth with this. I don't know if it's better, which makes this match intriguing. I don't know if it's better for MJF to drop now, or for Adam Cole to take it from him on this show. Because MJF's still a hot commodity. MJF's still a hot commodity.
Dude, MJF is keeping that title until his contract runs out. Tony Khan is trying to keep him that title.
Roman Reigns
to try and make him stay in the company. Which MJF can be like, dude, I don't need this. Like, what? Take it. Right? I'm going to WWE.
MJF I don't think would ever do this, but do you remember when Ric Flair was in bad contract disputes with WCW?
Yeah, he brought
the world title to WWE. Like, yeah. I don't think MJF is going to go that far.
No. I think those days are completely over because that's just a lawsuit that he can't
afford
get out over a win.
Yeah. Right?
And it's just not good press on WWE's part, which is a public company. And it's just you don't want to have shady business practices like that when you're WWE, because that's gonna hurt your stock price. But if MJF drops the title before his contract is up, it's guaranteed he's leaving the company because he has nothing else. There's no reason for him to stay there for. Yeah. He's already peaked in AEW. He has nothing left to do.
Correct.
What is there left for him to do in AEW now that he has a title?
Not much of anything.
And a great reign at that. And I guess when it's said and done, a historic reign.
Yeah, I think it's the longest reign of an AEW champion ever.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna hold that title until his contract is up for sure. Maybe longer if he stays.
That is, when MJF's contract is up, he is going to be the hottest commodity in a very, very long time in the pro wrestling market, and rightfully so.
2024 is going to be wild. Imagine if he beats Roman Reigns.
Lord Almighty.
No, I couldn't.
I can't.
But could you imagine? I couldn't, but could you?
I don't know where I'd be.
He's gonna beat the fuck out of Seth.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd be happy or sad if he beat Roman. Because I'd be happy because hey,
I'd be a little upset.
But I'd also be happy because hey, Long Island world champion, because us Long Islanders stick together. But I would also be I was I don't know about that. I don't know about MJF being the guy to do that.
Yeah.
I will say what's in MJF's favor here is Adam Cole. Adam Cole's a big match guy.
Yeah, and good for him to be in the spot. I'm glad he's in a spot. He wasn't sure if he was going to wrestle again not too long ago.
He was on vacation. I've always said, Adam Cole was taking a vacation going to AEW to chill with his boys. And again, rightfully so.
But he also had the injury.
And he got injured, yeah.
Neck injury.
Yeah, he won the Owen Hart and then got injured and stuff.
Yeah.
Adam Cole's going to make MJF look like $1 million.
Yeah, and he was stuck in, I say stuck, but he was in NXT for a long time, never got that big stage, never got a Mania moment. Mm-hmm. So it's his first time in front of 80,000 people.
This is his first big moment,
First time in front of, so good for both of them, man. I'm happy for MJF is still a baby, but Adam Cole's been on the block for a long time, so he definitely deserves his spot one way or the other.
Yeah, no, he definitely does. It's like I said, Adam Cole is a big match guy. He said one of the most memorable promos when he went up against Cross and just eviscerated Cross from out of his contract the first time around. He goes, the only thing they do to make me special is ring the bell. And if you've seen an Adam Cole match live and in person, he's 100% correct.
Dude. That's straight facts. Yeah, and Fret's in the chat saying that Roderick Strong is in play here. I don't want to see Undisputed Era in AEW. That chapter has closed, and I don't need that faction calling them like the all elite or whatever, the undisputed elite, what the fuck they called them.
Yes, I remember the Undisputed Elite, yeah.
You can skip all of that.
Because you know
Right,
what
you
it is? Because it'll
you
be a
can bring
rehash.
back-
It'll be a rehash of WWE
Yeah.
stuff. You need to be original.
You can bring back whatever Fish and O'Reilly's tag team was before. Was it Red Dragon? Yeah, you can bring back Red Dragon. That's fine. That's cool with me. Roderick Strong can be Roderick Strong, and maybe him and Adam Cole can do things, but don't bring back the UAE. You don't need that.
No, you don't need. You said UAE.
Or UE.
Yeah, UAE is completely different.
UE.
That's you're not the United Arab Emirates. No, UE, the Undisputed Era. Yeah, no, keep that thing separate. Yeah, no, like I said, I hope they stick the landing. This has to be the. Here's the thing with AEW. AEW does an interesting thing where there's a lot of the undercard. And when I say undercard, I mean things that don't go on last, and they don't go on first. They're somewhere in the middle. A lot of the undercard tends to be more memorable than the last match on the last match of the night. And sometimes that can be a good thing, but this match, in all my life of wrestling, this needs to be the match that people walk out of that stadium being, holy shit, that was amazing.
Exactly. That needs to be the one they're talking
Yeah.
about.
I mean, there's a bunch of other good stuff going in here, a couple of little semi-nostalgia stuff for like the pro wrestling junks, but this match needs to be the one to be like, wow, I was at Wembley Stadium when MJF and Adam Cole fought for the AEW World title, and it was amazing, like regardless of outcome. And I hope they give him that. I hope they give him that. I don't know who wins. You kind of convinced me on MJF. Will, I'm not gonna lie, retaining. Would I love to see Adam Cole as a world champion in a prominent company? Yes.
Hell yeah.
But this may not be the time for him.
I don't think Cole needs it, to be honest.
And also, when you think about it, MJF is an original, and I think in an event like this, you have to give credence and kudos and the respect to people who helped you build to this moment.
Yeah, but TK is also a fucking idiot, so who knows?
It's also true. That's also true. So on that note, it's gonna be a toss-up, but let's move on to the match that may not actually happen. As Tony Khan did go.
Oh yeah.
Tony Khan went on a phone call with the press this week and saying that due to current events, there are some things on the All-In card that'll probably change. What he's kind of referring to is the fact that one of the AEW World Tag Team Champions got arrested for aggravated assault in Florida. That is your Florida man comment for this week. So we were supposed to have FTR, the World Tag Team Champions, versus the Young Bucks. On paper, they've done this 1,000 times. Should be a hell of a match. This might not happen at all. Especially since I think it's Cash Wheeler. I forgot what his real name is.
Which one's Dawson? Which one's Dax? It's one of the left.
Yeah, I think it's Wheeler. It is I don't think he can leave the country with the charges that he has on him. And so that might
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not, right? Because that's technically fleeing.
Yeah, that would be fleeing. Yeah.
Because you would need permission from what? Like the state of Florida?
I believe it would be the state.
County?
I believe it would be either the county or the state. I don't know. And that he could get permission. According to Mr. Fratz, again, this could be subject to change. He said FTR is still scheduled to happen as his passport was not taken away. It's not a matter of his passport taken away, Mr. Fratz. It's a matter of, is he legally allowed to leave the country?
Well, it's just like you gotta ask, like, is he a flight risk?
True.
I mean, but also, like, is this like, we're not lawyers here, so we're talking about
we
our ass. It's like it's aggravated assault. It's not like a felony, right?
It depends on how.
But also, he had a firearm though.
He beat somebody with a firearm. He didn't fire the firearm. He beat somebody with a firearm.
Now, if the firearm is not legal,
that's a problem.
Then it's a felony.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Most likely, it's a felony.
Yeah.
If it's like an illegally purchased, or he doesn't have his permits, or whatever state law there is or federal law there is around the gun he has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could easily be a felony, which means you can't go anywhere. You probably couldn't leave the state of Florida.
Yeah. According to sports...
But again, it's Florida, so who knows?
Yeah, I said according to Sports Illustrated, and this was as of yesterday because I just looked it up really quick because we do need kind of an answer to this. Yeah, it is Cash Wheeler, by the way. He is expected to wrestle at All In. That is still on as of yesterday. Okay, so the expectation, he is still there. He was arraigned on Friday. It's connected to aggravated assault with a firearm. He was charged. All right, so here it is. Well, he was charged with a third-degree felony.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, again, they said as of right now, it's still on. So like I said, I don't know if I did some wheeling and dealing, but we'll see what happens. So we're gonna act like FTR and the Young Bucks are still gonna fight for the AEW Tag Team Championship, unless otherwise noted. And you know me, I know the Bucks and Kenny signed long-term deals recently.
As they should. As they should.
Because if they jump ship, AEW's over. Like, if they just didn't resign, it'd be like, ooh, that's bad.
That's very bad.
But I've been very adamant about stop giving the Young Bucks the titles and stuff, and I'm still going to stay on that road. I think FTR needs to retain here.
I agree.
Yeah, I really think they do. I mean, listen, the Young Bucks already have a storied career. They're the reason that they have all of these tickets sold in the first place, and that's a good thing. And the Young Bucks are forever over. FTR is also probably forever over, but if I were to have a gun to my head, theoretically, and said, who needs this win more? At this point, it's FTR. The Young Bucks have held every tag team title known to man. Give FTR their credit. These are two of the top 5 best tag teams I've ever seen in my life. You can't go wrong with either. But I think the fact that the Young Bucks are essentially part owners of the company, they don't need to have these titles.
No, but they're probably going to win.
I'm not surprised by that either.
The thing it's a dream match we've seen before, though. That's the only thing.
That is also the issue. They've kind of played this song and dance already.
They've done it like what, twice? Is this a third match?
Something like that. They did maybe? Dog collar. They did a lot of shit. So we've seen the song and dance before, so it does kind of drop this down a little bit. Like, this could be a big thing if they had never touched already, but they've already touched. But I'm gonna go with FTR all day, every day for this. Moving on to what things just got kicked out, because I did check our chat box, and thank you, Mr. Press, for updating us. I have my gripes with this, but Stadium Stampede is happening at All In. Okay.
This is weird, man.
Okay, so we have the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Eddie Kingston, and the Lucha Bros. Eddie Kingston is, I think, currently the NJPW Strong Champion. So shout out to Eddie Kingston. Anytime I can see Eddie Kingston on TV, I will applaud. Yeah, I will applaud. And of all the people on this card, outside of also AR Fox is on this card, Will. Outside.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Besides everybody else on this card, I am very happy for Eddie Kingston as well as AR Fox for them to get this stage, this moment in their careers, because these guys are just great talents that have never had a stage like this before, and they deserve all of it, especially AR Fox. If you don't know AR Fox has trained a crap ton of people, and they're all better for going through AR Fox's school. But anywho, Stadium Stampede, Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Eddie Kingston, and the Lucha Bros are versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Moxley, the guy who looks like Apron Bum, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli versus what we thought for. We're going to be these mystery opponents, but the mystery opponents have been revealed just a couple of moments ago on AEW Dynamite as Proud and Powerful, a.k.a. LAX, has returned, and they are siding with the Blackpool Combat Club in Stadium Stampede. Now that is all set in stone, I have to tell you, Will, I don't like that this match is on this card.
Why not? Yeah, I don't either, because here's the thing. Like, I get it, Stadium Stampede, but you have 80,000 people there. You know what's going to be really hard to watch? When they're in the crowd.
Yeah.
Or they're backstage. Mm-hmm. Or they're anywhere that isn't the ring. Because ideally, everyone can see ringside.
Yeah.
Or they can at least see the giant screen for ringside. Now it's like they have to watch it from the backstage. It's it's weird. Like Stadium Stampede was great for the pandemic. So it was that theatrical match.
Yes.
And I thought it worked really well and it was entertaining as fuck.
Yeah.
And I understand why they want to keep it going because it is very unique, right? WWE has nothing like this. This is an actual match they can say is unique to WWE. So make it work as best as you can. But it's very hard to do when there's 80,000 people in the stadium.
My other thing is also, we've seen this already this year. We already got Stadium Stampede. I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but I feel like we already got it, and I don't think this is the event to do it in. I think it should be the tentpole of something else. Like this, I'm essentially like it should be like I think it was on Revolution when they had it. You know, like it's one of those things where like at one specific event is when you have this match. Like essentially like Survivor Series is when you have the War Games match. You know, but you never see it any other time. This is their War Games. For the most part, this is their War Games.
Which is funny because WWE took it from
WCW.
WCW.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they have Hell in a Cell, they have Elimination Chamber, they got the ladder match, they have the ladder match. Like this really is the closest thing that you can get to an original match. Yeah. Because like what else could they do, Ricky? We could brainstorm all we want, but it's just like that isn't fucking stupid. Like this actually isn't like it works better in an arena.
Yeah.
It really an arena can work because it's smaller, it's a little more intimate, but maybe it'll work. Who knows? Maybe they'll pull it off and it'll be fucking incredible. Maybe. But I have my doubts.
I have my doubts about like I don't doubt like all the people in this match. Like there's gonna be a lot of crazy spots in this match, and that is cool, good for them. But I just don't think you do this at this moment in time. I think you have it be the big match for a smaller event. Like for instance, like let's take the War Games for example. Watch this match be pre-taped. I'd be so mad if they pre-taped Stadium Stampede for All In. But here's my thing: you don't see a War Games. The closest analogy to this is a War Games match. You don't see War Games at WrestleMania. You don't see War Games at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You know, you
rarely see Hell in a Cell because that's also kind of distracting. It's hard to see.
Yeah,
it's hard to watch.
Yeah. You now rarely see Hell in a Cell. Now we got rid of the pay-per-view. So yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, even better. Yeah. This should be something that happens maybe once a year, not twice. This also falls to, again, we saw this already. And I believe the Blackpool Combat Club is a part of it again. You know? But I get it. This is the most unique match they have. They want to showcase it in front of a big crowd, but I don't think a big crowd will work in their favor for this. I'm also very, especially with this on the card, I'm very concerned about runtime of this event. Because Stadium Stampede can last for freaking ever. And that's very concerning. As for who wins, honestly, I know LAX is back and they're really fun. I want Eddie Kingston to get a major win in front of the biggest crowd he's ever wrestled in. I'm not going to lie.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Eddie Kingston for the win all the way, all day, every
exactly,
day.
Yeah. It's Eddie Kingston, like Team Eddie Kingston all day for this. That's final. Let's move on to the only women's match on the card. And it's a fatal four-way for the eight.
Of course. Yo, Eddie pitting Mox would be pretty dope, Fretz. Not gonna lie,
Eddie
pretty
pitting
dope.
Mox would be absolutely insane.
I love how they're randomly friends and randomly enemies, just always. And it always works. It's always like, oh, they hate each other now. Got it.
Yeah. So we have the Women's World Championship featuring all former Women's World champions except for one. The reigning champion, Hikaru Shida, will defend her title against three other women. Toni Storm, who is a former AEW Women's World Champion. Congratulations, Toni. Essentially, the only women's wrestler that AEW cared about for a long time, Britt Baker, who's essentially their Charlotte Flair. You always got to put Britt Baker in the biggest matches. Britt Baker and the hometown girl who is probably going to get the pop of the night, Saraya, aka formerly known as Paige, in this match. This is this will tug at your heartstrings as we know what Paige went through, or Saraya. I'll say Saraya because Paige is her WWE name. We know what Saraya went through and how she was forced to retire. Will and I were at the WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, where she said, "Listen, I can't do it anymore. I got to retire." So it is an achievement in and of itself to have her come back. It's an achievement in and of itself that she gets the opportunity in front of her home country, in front of 80,000 people in Wembley Stadium.
Oh, that's right. Dude, I didn't even think of that.
To perform.
That's gonna be, dude. I think she probably wins then.
Yeah, I don't want to do hometown curse because I don't Tony.
Dude, I feel like, you know what? Honestly, dude, like if AEW wants to be different, just say fuck the hometown curse. Just fuck
I was gonna
it's
say
a stupid
well,
thing
I was gonna
anyway.
say I think Tony Khan's not that apt of, or competent of a booker that he'd probably give it to Saraya anyways. This is an interesting match,
especially for the first one.
Yeah.
Like Vince didn't want to give it, or Triple H didn't want to give it to Drew for Roman because it's better if he didn't. Right? It's just better for everything if he didn't.
Yeah.
But TK, newer company, well, you don't want to be predictable like WWE, but you also want to give the fans what they want. It's a good moment. Like Paige had the story's there. Like
Yeah.
this makes sense to have that feel good moment, and it's the only women's match on the card. It's probably gonna go 8 minutes.
Yeah. And think about this. You have, and the story, like, this is the story that you can't even really mess up. All three out of the 4 women are former AEW Women's World Champions. Saraya's not. Saraya's had to scratch and claw to even get a chance to wrestle again. This is her moment outside of what should be the de facto main event of MJF versus Adam Cole. And that's the match that people should talk about first. The second match, if done correctly, should be where, I was there when MJF and Adam Cole were in the main event, but I was also there when Saraya won the women's title in her hometown. Like, this is the show stealer. This is like when you're in a low, this should bring them right back up. If I'm booking this card, this should be like right in the middle where, boom, she should get essentially the Kofi treatment at WrestleMania 35.
Yeah.
This should be the moment.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
100%.
This should be the moment where it's like, all right, boom, we're back up again. If there's a low, but like Saraya winning makes the most sense. If they want to riot, they'll give it to Britt Baker. Mm-hmm. That's like, if they want to riot, they'll give it to Britt Baker.
Or what's her name?
They'll be happy for Tony too,
God.
because Tony's did a lot of time in Europe
Well,
as well.
she's Australian,
Yeah.
right? So she was colonized by Paige's people.
Yeah, she was.
But what's her name? Not Nia Jax. I'm gonna break bitches.
Oh, Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose. Man, she comes in like 5th entrant, just squashes and walks up with the belt. Then there would be a riot. Fretz, where has Nyla Rose been? Has she been on TV?
To my knowledge, I do not believe she has. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. But like I said, I will say I think Saraya needs this moment, and I think this is fan service done correctly. You need to have them talking about something. This should be the moment that, like, in every big wrestling event, there's always a moment where, like, it's like collectively everybody feels really good, and everybody's happy. At WrestleMania 35, it was Kofi.
I've been on Collision.
Yeah.
Good for her.
At WrestleMania 35, it was Kofi. Kofi was this is everything that every WWE fan wanted. Like, it was like Daniel Bryan couldn't leave that arena as the champion. Like, it would have been a bad yeah, like it would have been a bad
No,
move.
Big E would have been standing by the door like, the fuck you going?
And I think this has to be that same level of a moment. Like, it's it is so obvious who should win. But if they screw this up, it's going to be a bad time. So I'm rooting for Saraya. She had a career that was cut short in the worst way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this could really help revitalize them and really push
I wonder
them.
if she wants a title.
That's always a good point. I feel like she does.
Like, you got to think, right? Because she's still young too. She's probably what, my age, give or take.
Yeah,
a little older.
Yeah, give or take.
So let's say 31 max, right? That's
sure.
the oldest she could be.
Yeah.
Ish. like she still has a long way to go if she's actually healthy, but at the same time, she feels like a veteran.
Yeah.
Right? And she's taken that role of a veteran wanting to give back. Like Edge doesn't want the WWE title.
No.
Edge doesn't need the WWE title. Do you think Saraya thinks the same way? Do you think Saraya's like, my career was robbed from me, I kind of want some glory here?
Yeah, but also this is like in a disaster scenario, if this is a flop. If this show's a flop, they're never coming back to Wembley. I think you got to seize the moment.
I don't think it's going to be a
No,
flop,
I don't think
though.
so
I think
either.
it's-
I'm just saying from a, like,
Like, the only way it could be a flop is if the power went out. Right? And
I
like,
swear
everyone had
if
to go
the
home.
power went out, I'm going to call you immediately.
I'll be in the car and I'll be driving home. It's on Sunday afternoon. I'll be in the car driving home. So yeah, please call me. I'll laugh in traffic.
Yeah. So, but I think you got to cook when it's hot, and Paige is the hometown Saraya. Sorry, Saraya is the hometown girl. You got to give it to her. Like you have to.
And we've been talking about this match longer than the match is going to be, including entrances.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go Saraya. We are rooting for you. Trios.
hell yeah, go Saraya.
Yes, trios match that we have next in the card. We have Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Kota Ibushi, so the Golden Lovers, and Ibushi, who's a freaking star and a half, versus, I'm going to mess up his name, but it's Konosuke Takashita versus Jay White and Juice Robinson. Essentially, the Bullet Club that's still kind of around in Japan is the other team. So it's like it's a lot of Bullet Club versus Bullet Club alumnus, and then you have Kota Ibushi and Konosuke Takashita as well in a trios match. Listen, Jay White is also, I believe, originally from the UK as well, so he'll get a pretty big pop. But you're going up against Kenny freaking Omega.
I mean, I like this. This is an attraction match.
This is
right?
this
Clearly,
is very much an attraction match. Yes.
This is very much an attraction match. Which is fine, right? Which is great.
I would actually have this open the show.
Which is super cool, but how long can AEW survive? Like, if attraction matches are fine, right? WWE has a bunch of them, but they also have stories behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, is there a story for this, or is this just here's 6 guys who want to watch wrestle?
I feel like it's more of here's 6 guys who want to watch wrestle, and Jay White apparently is from New Zealand. My apologies. He probably knows where Shire is.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. He grew up there. He was neighbors to hobbits.
Yes, he probably was. See, I don't like. I mean, what attractions do sometimes have stories, but like, I think this is just a match, for a match, and I think, the story's Don Callis and Kenny feuding. Okay, they're going back to that well. But again, this opens. I feel this would be my perfect opener. Something fast, quick, with a lot of people who can work. This would be it. For this, like I said, I'm gonna go with Team Kenny. Kenny the Cleaner and Hangman Page. Hangman Adam Page needs a win in the worst way.
I agree.
The worst way.
Yeah, being buried by CM Punk. He
Every like 6 months, CM Punk decides to say something about him.
Every 6 days.
Yeah, I'm surprised he resigned, to be honest with you, but hey, to each his own. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Team Kenny and Hangman and Kota Ibushi because that's a freaking stacked lineup right there. So let's move on to another attraction. And this is, again, you're pandering to somebody who helped you start up, and I get it. Chris Jericho, Will Ospreay. No titles on the line. This is just a match. It's for the sake of having a match. Will Ospreay coming off one of the best matches that you'll ever see at Forbidden Door when he went up against Kenny. And Chris Jericho, who's essentially Terry Funk in disguise at this moment in time. The big thing about this as well, Fozzy will be showing up,
Yeah, I saw Fozzy's going to be performing, which,
they're going to
that's
perform
awesome.
Judas live.
Yeah, dude, awesome. That's awesome. That's, you know what? That makes it worth it, for sure, for the match. That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know how this match is going to be. I'm stuck on, will Jericho do the job, or is Jericho going to want to get this win?
Nah, he does the job.
Are you sure about that? Because here's the thing. I think Jericho's been very adamant, especially as years have gone on, about how he likes to just kind of shit on WWE for a lot of stuff. And honestly, when you think about it, in an arena or in a moment this big, Jericho doesn't really have that great of a win-loss record.
I think
It's hard.
Jericho's become more egotistical.
Yes.
Since leaving WWE, he is less willing to give back in certain ways.
Yeah.
And he thinks he kind of has a god complex a little bit about himself.
He called himself a demo god.
Yeah, he likes the way his shit stinks.
Yeah.
You know, he's what Mr. Frets really wants to be. But at the end of the day, Jericho's a professional, right?
Yes.
I say that meaning like he's not like CM Punk, because CM Punk is also like that. But Jericho also has a level on his head, and he's a business mind as well, whereas Punk does not.
Yeah, Punk is not.
Like I don't think Jericho's a narcissist. He's a god complex. Some of that's a character, but some of that's also just like, yeah, I deserve it.
Yeah.
So I think Ospreay gets the win, especially after that match with Kenny. And Jericho's like 56, so like you got nothing left to prove, dude. Like,
He doesn't.
You're forever over.
Yeah. He is forever over. I have an inkling that Jericho might get this one, but I am rooting for Ospreay because I think Ospreay is the bigger deal. Ospreay is part of the future of pro wrestling, whether it's in AEW or WWE. So you have to kind of highlight that in some way, shape, or form. And I think the best way you can highlight that in a show of his magnitude is having Will Ospreay wins. Especially because Will Ospreay is a hometown guy as well. So it could be a lot of hometown moments from him. Moving on to, here's another gimmick match. Will, it's a coffin match. Grandpa Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve and, again, AR Fox. Listen, I know it's a little bit of hyperbole, but Tony Khan did say Sting in AEW is the best thing that there's ever been. And wow. I think that's Tony Khan just trying to be a promoter.
It is. But
it's a stretch.
I'm gonna have to go a big fucking no on that one.
Yeah, and
because obviously it's Surfer Sting.
Yeah, Surfer Sting was crazy. But honestly, when I was going to Indies, especially doing Evolve, one of the highlights of every event was seeing AR Fox and also smelling all the weed when he would walk into an arena. But
fuck yeah. And Frets is right. Joker Sting is good. I will definitely say I love Joker Sting.
Yeah. Swerve also from the AR Fox kind of lineage. These guys were doing amazing work on the Indies. AR Fox just never got the big contract, but he trained. He
couldn't pass.
He probably couldn't pass the drug test. Yeah, he trained the likes of Austin Theory, former North American champion. Leon Ruff was under his wing as well. There's actually, when Evolve had their 10th anniversary at the ECW arena, AR Fox is in like that massive like tag team match with Leon Ruff, I believe. AR Fox is a crazy talent. When NXT was partnering with Evolve and they would bring some of their talent to the Indies, I watched AR Fox and Tyler Breeze tear the house down in the front row, and it was really fun to watch. You know, AR Fox is one of those talents that like like Eddie Kingston never got the big moment due to whatever reasons, but you never forget when you've seen an AR Fox match.
Dude, AR Fox is famous to famous people.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is.
Which is the exact kind of fame you want. AR Fox can walk into an airport and no one's going to know who he is. AR Fox walks into backstage of a wrestling arena, everyone knows who he is.
People says, oh shit, that's AR Fox. Yeah.
And that's the kind of fame you want.
Yeah. And I don't know if he'll get the win because, you know, it's Sting and Darby.
Sting and Darby. Yeah. Unless like Sting turns or Darby turns or Sting has a heart attack.
That would be bad.
Honestly, dude, that would make sure the show's a flop. The power goes out or Sting has a heart attack.
Yeah, that would be bad. Like I said, I think Sting and Darby will probably win, but I am rooting for AR Fox to get a monumental win.
Who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win? Sting and Darby and the other guys.
I think Sting and Darby is going to win.
I want AR Fox to win. He's just not going to.
But and listen, it's an accomplishment for him to get on the show, and I'm proud of him for that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely proud of him. Here's the other title match on the card. I totally forgot about this. It is the Real World Championship. This is what we're calling the title because we haven't renamed it because the CM Punk title, but they put the X over the AEW Championship, aka the Real World Championship, is CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, who is still currently the ROH. I think he's the TV champion, or he's a TV champion of ROH, or the king of
Yeah.
TV.
What TV?
Yeah, touche. You have CM Punk versus Samoa Joe for the quote unquote real world championship of AEW. Listen, Punk and Joe have a lot of chemistry. They've worked forever with each other. It's going to be a fine match, but I am not a fan of this real world championship story that they're trying to pull.
I get it, but it's just like, here's the thing. It would be cool if like you still didn't have heat with the guys you had heat with to begin with.
That's also a problem as well.
Right? That the Hatcher wasn't buried. So it's like you can't really tell the full story because Punk is gonna bar them from the building.
Yeah.
So what's the point? If you can't do it right, or you can't do it 100%, why are you doing it?
Yeah. And
I was kicked out by CM Punk. It is a fact. CM Chunk. CM Chunk.
Also, according to Mr. French, Punk couldn't even lip Joe in the GTS recently, which could just be storyline because I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, also Joe's big.
Joe's also a big boy. But one of the funniest people ever. Have you watched Twisted Metal yet on Peacock?
I heard that Joe is the body double, but not the voice.
Yeah. But Joe, from what I did some little research of it, Joe still knew all the lines.
Of course,
He's
because
a professional.
he has to.
Yeah.
He had to know
He had
the
to
lines
act it.
because
He had to act it, yeah.
He had to act it, and the other actors have to play off what he's saying. So of course he knew the lines.
So he knew
Yeah.
he knew all the lines. So, but I still see it as Joe. Like, I know it's a different voice actor, but I still see it as Samoa Joe doing all the things. 'Cause especially the way that
You can't mistake those tits, dude.
you also can't, like, the way that they did the character and the stuff. Like, I can see Joe just saying that naturally as a person. Twisted Metal is a really fun show.
I forget who the actor is, the voice actor. It's like
it's a big name.
person.
I want to say it's
too.
Will Arnett.
I was gonna say it's not that. I think it's Will
It's Will Arnett. I believe it was Will Arnett. Twisted Metal's a fun show. You should definitely check it out on Peacock. It's a quick little day binge because it's only one season. But yeah, I don't know. I think you hide this match. I really think you do. Because it's just like I don't like the CM Punk again has taken the air out of his own return again.
Yep.
You know, he's taken the air out of his own hype by just being himself, and that's an issue. And listen, for CM Punk retains, I would be shocked if Samoa Joe comes out of here with a win.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that's what.
Dude, CM Punk books, all right? He's please.
That's very true. And here's what I have. The 0 Hour, the first match, the pre-show match, is the ROH World Tag Team Championship match. So this is going to be the free match that you'll see on all of like the streaming sites and Twitter and YouTube and stuff. But they're going to show to the Wembley Stadium crowd to get you to do that last minute
who
buy.
is teenage Ricky Starks and Jake Roberts' son as a tag team?
They are
there?
called Aussie Open. I don't know too much about them. I'm assuming they're from Australia. Aussie Open.
I'd assume
yeah.
so.
Versus MJF and Adam Cole. So the two guys who's supposed to be fighting each other in the main event of All In are actually going to be fighting to start off the event, the first match in 0 Hour for the tag team titles.
Okay.
I mean, it's interesting.
There has to be an angle, or MJF and Cole win.
I would feel so bad if MJF and Cole won for those guys Aussie Open, who I was like, hey, you're gonna be at one of the biggest events in the history of our industry. You're gonna kick off a show. I know you guys are relatively young, but you're gonna job out.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, before we get too far gone, I gotta bring out CM Punk again because Mr. Fretz brought up what song and chants England's gonna do to him. They're gonna sing the Kill Switch Punk theme. Death screams it all. Even through the darkest days, this fire burns. I don't know why I'm singing it in slow motion, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, I think if this is how we're going to do this, and this is an experiment, because if I'm a booker, I'm probably not doing this. I'm probably not having my two guys who are going to be the main event of my biggest show ever potentially risk injury in a throwaway match to start the show.
Like, you know what? I don't know who wins. One of you go pin each other. Just do it for real. Like, do the fake fighting, but the pinning has to be real.
This has to lead to an angle. This has to lead to a build-up of what's going to happen in the main event.
God, if Punk does come with the kill switch again, I will become his biggest fan all over again. Kill switch Punk was the shit. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, so I said there's got to be an angle with this. Maybe they don't even. Here's a bold one. Maybe they don't. Maybe MJF and Cole never make it to fight this match. Maybe they start fighting backstage, and they get replaced.
I mean, because also Dynamite's going on right now.
Yeah.
Maybe something happens on Dynamite when this match gets.
It's possible.
Someone else gets swapped in or whatever.
Yeah. So I hope there's a swap because, like I said, the risk of one of these guys getting injured in a match they don't need to be in, I think is too high. I really think it's too high. Honestly, replace them with the Hardy Boys. Like, why not?
Oh, no. No.
Who else are you going to replace them with?
I don't think Jeff's allowed in the country.
Oh, that's a problem, probably, yeah.
And CM Punk was going to bar him from Wembley.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I think Aussie Open will retain in a weird way. Let's put it that way. I think they'll retain in a weird way. So, folks, that's pretty much the entire card of AEW All In as we know it. Again, one of the biggest events in the history of not only AEW. This is the biggest event in AEW history. This is slated to be one of the biggest events, especially by attendance-wise, in the history of professional wrestling. This is a big...
Oh, there's three ways a show can flop. Number one, the power goes out. Number two, Sting has a heart attack. Number three, MJF breaks his ankle in this pre-show match. Either way, Ricky, if I get a phone call, it's going to be one of those three. I'm very excited to see which one it is.
I'm kind of excited, too. I unfortunately, I'll probably miss a fair chunk of this because, and we'll talk about it on the post-show, but Sunday is National Cinema Day.
Oh, that's what tickets are $4,
yeah, but I already
right?
bought my tickets.
What are you going to see?
I'm going to go see Blue Beetle.
I heard it was awful.
It's fine. I'm seeing it for free. Because I had like a $5 reward from AMC, so I was like, if a ticket's $4, $5, yep,
$4,
yep, seeing it for free.
That's fine. Yeah, that's worth it.
No money wasted.
I heard
on
that that movie Strays, but like the stray dogs.
Yeah,
it's like a raunchy comedy with Will Ferrell. I heard that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I've seen enough Will Ferrell in Barbie. I've had my Will Ferrell fill for the year.
That's fair. He was really good in Barbie though.
Mm-hmm. Because he wasn't the main actor. That's my Will Ferrell theory. Him as a supporting character, fantastic. But anywho, back to AEW All In. We have to. What? My Will Ferrell theory?
That's a good discussion. I'll shelf that one. But that's a good discussion. I'll let that one marinate. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. So for instance, look at him in Zoolander. Fantastic.
I fucking hate Zoolander. Look at him in Anchorman.
He was the main.
That's what I mean. Anchorman's fucking amazing.
Annoying. He overkills. He overkills.
How dare
he overkills as the main. If he's
how dare you?
The only time he was close to main when he was like essentially a supporting. The other guys, I think he's hysterical.
Oh, the other guys, he's fucking amazing. What about Kicking and Screaming? He's the main.
Yep. Nope.
Oh come on, man! You're out of your
Talladega
mind.
Nights can't stand it. Nope. So
yeah, I agree. I agree on that. Will Ferrell can be very hit or miss.
Yeah.
But he's definitely. He doesn't miss as a supporting character. That's
as
very
a supporting,
true.
He does not miss, or as a cameo, he does not miss. I think that's the right amount of Will Ferrell in my life. But anywho, back to AEW All In, which surprisingly will probably not include Will Ferrell, but don't be surprised if he shows up.
He does the opening video. I don't know why I'm here. Probably because Tony Khan paid me a lot of fucking money.
But yes,
what I can't say money. A lot of cunt and money.
Yeah. So how do we think this show will go? With in our crown system, 10 crowns being the best, 1 crown being the worst show ever. Well, it's on you since you're the only one on the show besides me.
I'll give it 7.5 Prince Andrews. Guess he's the king now, right? 7.5 Andrew crowns.
7.5 Andrews.
Yeah, he wasn't the pedophile, right? It was the other one.
No, I think it was Andrew.
Oh, fuck.
And I don't know. Fretz, is that a 7.75 or a 1.15? The font is kind of
7.75 out of 10 out of 0. So it's actually going to be a 0 out of empty. So it's 0.
Yeah, here's my thing with this. This has the potential to be one of the best shows that people will talk about for years to come if it's done correctly. It is 7.75. Thank you, Fretz. The problem with this is that AEW is, like Will said earlier, 60-40 when they need to knock it out of the park. And so most of the time they're good, but there are times where they screw up that finish really badly. Think of the exploding barbed wire death match. What a
they go to WCW real fast. I'm thinking of a press conference.
Yeah, press conference stuff. This has to be their WrestleMania. They've slated it as their WrestleMania. They booked it as such. This needs to be damn near the perfect show, because this can make or break them. This is a big investment.
It's a great card.
It's a great card. A lot can go right here, but also a lot can go wrong.
Like Sting's
yeah,
card.
like if people aren't on their P's and Q's. So with that being said, and I see 7.75, which I'm very surprised it's a little bit low, Fretz, I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go 8. Yeah, I'm going to give them, it has room to be better than what I expect. It also has a lot of room to be worse than what I expect. But I'm going to give them the benefit of a doubt, and I don't think they've had enough time to garner enough experience to actually put on a show that can hit all the marks, and the casuals too. Mostly the marks, and also London's going to help them out a crap ton as well. Yeah, they're going to give them a great atmosphere to excel into, and a lot of times what makes
and give them a courtesy crowd.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of times what makes events memorable is how crazy the crowd goes at different times. And listen, it's going to help them out a lot. But I'm going to give them 8. Like I said, I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them because this is big. If this goes off with minimal hitches, wrestling is the number one entertainment thing in the world going into the fall, hands down.
Yeah, no, for sure, absolutely. Not myself to watch. Bill Maher hasn't been on since in months. So I don't know what I've been doing with my life.
They need this. This would be a giant momentum boost for professional wrestling going into the worst part of the year for professional wrestling when football returns.
Yeah.
So this is big for AEW, but this is big for the industry, and I cannot emphasize that enough. This is a big moment for the industry. So if you have the power to do so, if you want to pirate it, go right ahead. But watch this and see, and we'll just see how the cookies fall from this. So again, I'm giving it an 8. Will's giving it a 7.5. Fretz is pulling the Dave and doing a 7.75. Classic Dave.
Classic Dave.
I'm surprised. Do you know if Dave's gonna be there?
I haven't talked to Dave.
Yeah,
in a long
I wouldn't
time.
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised
Not.
if Dave showed up.
I also wouldn't be surprised.
I want to see Dave in the front row. that'll be the fourth call. That'll be the fourth reason I call you. It'll be like Dave's in the front row.
Dave's in the front row. That would surprisingly the fourth reason why the show would be a flop. Dave rushes the ring. Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night. Bang.
Oh my God! It's just incredible. No wait.
Is that just incredible in the ring? It's just like no, JR. No, it isn't. JR. Go.
Oh
Just
my
go
God!
away.
All right, let's get this show on the road on the post show. I have some funny stuff to tell you about, Will, too.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 351, a Wembley good time this Sunday, August 27th, All In AEW Wembley Stadium, one of the biggest events in the company, the biggest event in the company's history, but one of the biggest events in pro wrestling history. If you have the opportunity, please go watch it and support it. It is big for everybody involved in pro wrestling, whether you're a podcaster, a producer, a wrestler. This is a big deal, and it's going to be on a giant global stage. I have been your host this week, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets when I return. KOTR_podcast is when you can find us on social media. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. Links to all of that are in the description below. If you're listening to us, make sure you're listening to us by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter, because no one calls it X, and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. Will Tarashuk.
Don't even think Elon calls it X. Like, does he still call it Twitter? It's still twitter.com. So like I don't know what the fuck he's on about over here, but I'm Will Tarashuk, T's and Thomas, ARASHUK. I'm just doing a check right over there. I gotta go catch tomorrow. It's gonna pay for WrestleMania. Because I did a podcast the other night with a man named Walter, who runs a cybersecurity firm out of Massachusetts. So we had a good old hour-plus discussion on
that man's going to be in business for a long time.
Yeah, it was interesting. We talked about, like, AI and, like, how AI is going to make people ahead, but also make the hackers further ahead. He's like, you got to think of hackers as competition, like business competition. Like, they're a business. Hackers are a business. That's true. So that was, like, a good solid theme throughout the podcast. So, yeah, that's fun. That's going to be released probably on my feeds sometime end of next week, because I'm away this weekend. So, yeah, good stuff going on over here. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Will Tarashuk.
Nice. Awesome. So when we come back next week, folks, we are going to talk about the fallout from All In. Then we gotta flip it on its head again and talk about All Out. We also have to talk about Payback, because Labor Day weekend in wrestling has AEW All Out in Chicago. We have WWE's Payback, which is being set up, and whatever other random stuff is going to happen. So it's going to be a pretty loaded show next week. I think I'm trying to work on maybe a special guest, but we'll see what happens. So until next week, folks, enjoy All In if you can, support it if you can. If not, pirate it, just watch it. And we'll talk about it all next week. So goodbye, good night, and fuck you, Slack. Oh, God.
All right. Excelente.
Very excelente. Surprised my little light thing. I have a new little social media influencer light thing. That my
influencer light, like a ring light.
It's like a ring light, but not. It's more like a box light. So it sticks to the top of my monitor, and it pretty much replaces all the other lights except my light in the background.
I hate ring lights. I hate them so much. You know why? Because they're meant to be for fucking photos, not video.
Yeah, well, this one worked really well for me right now, and
Well, box light.
Yeah, I'll show you, because it's
it has like a soft light. It has like the covering on it.
So and
box lights are excellent.
And it's a box light, and I got it for free because my friend was like, "Oh, someone gave this to me. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You're not using it."
Fuck yeah.
So I don't know if you can see it. So it looks like that.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me see. My here. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, one of those is great. Like LED. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I can change.
Your shot's much better. Your camera's a little more
centered. I lowered the camera a little bit. But I gave myself a little bit more of a light here, so it's great. And it lasts for like 2 hours or so. So I was always checking the time, because it might just conk out, because it's USB charged.
Is it USB? It doesn't just go into your computer?
No, because the way I have it.
Oh, you couldn't just put it into an outlet? Or isn't there no outlet around?
No, there's no outlet around. There's also it's at the top of my monitor. I have like a 24-inch monitor. So, but I can unscrew it, and then I'll just, throw it back there and put it on the USB. So, but it's great. It's mad fun. But yeah, you never heard my Will Ferrell theory?
No, I know some people just can't stand Will Ferrell. I am not one of them. I fucking love Will Ferrell.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where, like, if he's the lead, I can't do it.
So you don't like Wedding Crashers?
He wasn't the lead in Wedding Crashers. I thought he was fine in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, he was. He was co-lead.
Co-lead, he's fine.
Oh no, you're right. No, it wasn't. That was Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn was the one of the co-leads. Because
He was really funny though in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, he's the insane brother in Wedding Crashers, right?
Yeah, like yeah,
Well, no,
yeah.
Bradley
he's
Cooper was the
he's
insane brother.
brother. He was the guy who like was he crashed funerals.
Yeah, he's the funeral crasher. Yeah.
As a funeral crasher.
Yeah, no, he's fine in that. He is perfectly fine.
Yeah, and honestly, Wedding Crashers to me is like a very average movie, but he does steal the show because your theory definitely holds water. Like I love Will Ferrell as a lead, but I can't say he's a better lead than a cameo. His cameos and supporting roles are much better.
Yeah.
Like I think that's just a fact.
Like he was perfect in Barbie.
Yeah.
He was perfect in Barbie.
He's also great in a Lego movie.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right, so I'm gonna send you something. This is this thing that's trending right now. So there's this group of kids that made a video and I just sent it to you. I think it's the funniest thing I've seen like all week. Turn the volume up, yeah.
This is doing absolutely nothing. And
Yeah. TikTok, go fuck yourself. Judge hits another home run. Judge has 3 home
He had a
runs
third
today.
one?
Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, his first 3-run home game of his career, which is surprising, honestly. Okay, text messages. There it is. TikTok.
see how far we can get.
Oh God!
Go for it.
And the music doesn't match the song. All right, come on, that's just incredible. It is blowing money. The rest is still unwritten. Standing at the right for you.
There's what is it? There's a guy in that video. If you see, he's holding a cucumber, like a full cucumber in his hand.
That's really funny.
It's also
Oh, that's fucking excellent.
yeah. So the singer of that song, Natasha Bedingfield, she duetted the song today. She's like, "You guys are really freaking awesome."
That's awesome. That's understanding the assignment.
Oh my
Export.
god.
Tire session, 351.
Aaron Judge had a grand slam. EA's laying off people.
Two solos and a grand slam.
That's gross. And we'll still find a way to lose.
And I don't think. I mean, I know people like shitting on Volpe. I think he's having a fine year as
He's
a rookie.
Let him live. Like he's fine.
I mean, the guy's got 18. The guy's got like 18 home runs. Well, he's batting 214. That's really
Okay,
bad.
but what's his stolen bases like?
50 ribbies at the bottom of the order. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
Let him. He's
17 home runs, 50 ribbies. He's
what is
fine.
he?
He's a
21,
rookie.
if that.
He's a baby.
Yeah, he's a child. Let the child play. Also, the Jets are being the Jets. The Jets just lost one of their wide receivers for the season.
Oh, let me read you my team. We did a bit of fantasy football.
Oh, I have mine's Labor Day weekend. But what is it? Let me hear it.
So I was the last pick snake out of 14.
Okay, so
I
you were
said-
last
I
in the
said-
first in rounds.
That's last and first.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said fuck it. Let me just do auto tracks. I don't know football.
Ooh, bold
so
move.
my quarterback is Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Tony Pollard,
Okay.
Alexander Mattinson,
Running back, he's for the Vikings. He'll be the number one. So
Yeah.
okay.
Devontae Adams. No, Pollard's number one because Zeke went to New England.
No. No, but Madison's gonna be number one in Minnesota.
Running.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Okay, yeah. Devontae Adams.
Great pickup.
Your
Yep.
Raiders. Traylon Burks from Tennessee.
Okay.
That's not gonna be too helpful.
That's not gonna be helpful.
Tennessee
Yeah,
sucks.
not gonna be good.
Mark Andrews for the tight ends.
Great
which-
pickup.
Excellent.
Great pickup.
Excellent. My flex is Javonte Williams from Denver.
Okay, he'll be fine.
Saints defense.
That's gonna be better than expected.
Brandon McManus is the kicker from the Jacksonville.
I mean, you can just sign another kicker.
I can just pick someone
yeah.
else. And the bench is Cortland Sutton,
Oh, Cortland's gonna be nice.
Rondale Moore,
Not great.
Jeff Wilson Jr. from Miami,
Not gonna get any time.
Elijah Moore from Cleveland.
Elijah Moore will get some time.
He'll get some time. Jerome Ford
Ooh,
and Zay Jones.
Zay Jones, you see the bump up. He's going to be a starter by the end of the year.
All right, so get rid of Rondell Moore
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
and Jeff Wilson Jr.
yeah. Zay Jones is going to be a big deal. Zay Jones is going to be great. You have a lot of Baltimore people.
I do have a lot of Baltimore. I don't like that. That's
You
a
have to
problem.
diversify.
Yeah, I do have a lot of Baltimore people. That's actually a big problem.
Because they all get the bye week on the same week and it becomes a pro.
Well, no, I don't know. I only got two. I got QB and tight end.
Mark
That's it.
Andrews. And isn't Zay Jones in Baltimore now?
He's in Jacksonville.
Ooh, yeah, he's going to have a fun time. He's going to have a...
Yeah, so that's auto drafted. Yeah, I'm projected to have 129 points in week 1, so that's pretty good.
That'll be fine. I'm just worried about the longevity of it.
There's no one to pick up though.
How many people are in your league?
14.
That's why.
I can pick up Marvin Jones Jr., but why would I do that?
That's why you have no one to pick up. There's 14 people. Everybody's like, that's a tough league. I have 12.
Yeah, most is 12. We did 14.
14's a lot.
Yeah,
It's gonna be slim pickings.
Yeah, dude. But I'm pretty happy with my team.
You should
I got
be.
no issues.
You should be. So apparently, as we were going off,
As long as Lamar Jackson stays healthy.
yeah, apparently as we were going off air, AR Fox is not going to be in the match.
Why?
According to Fred's, apparently AR Fox is out of a coffin match, and Brian Cage is in.
Yuck.
Fox lost to an 18-year-old kid named Nick Wayne, and Swerve ditched him.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's a shame. Maybe AR Fox isn't allowed in London. Would that surprise me? No, actually.
Maybe he failed a drug test. Okay, let me upload this shit before I forget.
Yeah, please do.
All right. Home, podcast, shows, productions, podcast, Kings of the Rings, shows, 351.
There you go.
Up it goes.
Get it in there.
Yep, Mediafire is still doing its thing. Glitchy as all fuck.
Oh, by the way, have you heard of the new Netflix docuseries that came out about the Florida Gators football team?
No, but I did see the new Untold was like the steroid baseball.
I have it on. I just saw that because I've been watching Swamp Kings. How is that?
Of course. I didn't watch it yet.
okay.
I'm still finishing the Jordan documentary.
You're still on that?
I forgot about it, dude. I forgot about it. I picked it up again though. I'm about to do the baseball episode.
Which oh, the baseball's good. Terry Francona's on that.
Yeah. No, it's because was Terry Francona on the team?
Terry Francona was the coach.
Jordan was playing. Was the coach? Of course. He
Yeah.
was.
And Terry Francona pretty much says like, yeah, if Jordan would have stuck with this, he would have made the majors. He was like, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, but then he want to do another 3-peat.
Yeah, which I don't blame
Right,
him.
he did the 3-peat twice, right?
Yeah, it was 3, retired after his dad died, and came
then
back and won 3
back
more.
And did 3. That's right. His dad died. That's why he did baseball.
Correct. Yes.
And then why'd he go back?
It was something he took personally. I think.
Of course it was. of course it was. I'm waiting for that.
And I took that personally.
Exactly.
It's like half a docuseries. So wait, did you do the Rodman episode yet?
Yeah, the Robin episode was fucking awesome.
Dude, how awesome does Carmen Electra look?
Dynamite.
That's like 50. She has like the same genes. Have you seen Salma Hayek lately?
Yeah, she's also. I don't know how. She does it.
Oh yeah, the Swamp Kings documentary. I've seen the first 2 episodes. It's kind of nuts. He literally It's about Urban Meyer and him revitalizing Florida. Urban Meyer, he was like, well, yeah, I come from a military background, and like, I had to see what I had here. So like, my idea was like, either you're gonna like make it, or I'm gonna break you, and you're gonna quit. So you know what he made?
Yeah.
You know what he
That's how it
made them
works.
do? He would
Suicides.
no.
Every yard.
No.
Could you imagine?
No, worse. Have you ever run stadiums?
Oh God! Like up all the
He
stairs.
made them run all the stairs in the stadium at midnight.
With the lights off.
No, he had lights on.
Yeah, 'cause that's actually dangerous.
Yeah. He made it run. He would actually, and it was smart when he first started. So to prevent them from like going out at night or on the weekends, he would schedule midnight workouts. So like whenever they wanted to go to a party, you have a
And then
mandatory
there's another party.
workout.
Yep, you gotta. Yep, mandatory workout. He's like, you're not getting kicked off my team for being stupid and drunk.
Yeah, no, the stories that have come out of that in the first 2 episodes are crazy. There's Urban Meyer's on it, Tim Tebow's on it, which was kind of crazy as well, but they got him to talk.
I'm surprised he could do that. Like, they universally let him like mandate mid things after like hours like
But
that.
he hasn't been in school for like 10 years, you know. And like what's done is that there wasn't anything that they did that was against breaking NCAA violations. You know what I mean? So it's not like he would be barred.
Yeah,
from
it's also a private institution, right? They can do it.
No, Florida's public.
Florida's
University
public?
of Florida is one of the public institutions.
And Florida's a wild place. All right, there we go. Now it's no,
Nope, not there yet.
It was at 20%. Now it's back at 0.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. He essentially made them like wrestle each other. So essentially, what he did in one of a train, and they have all the video of it too. I was like, they kept all the videos of this.
This is evidence.
Yeah. He literally he made them do like this drill. Essentially, it's a amateur wrestling drill. One guy started on all fours, and the other guy jumped on top of him, and you had to stop the guy from crawling by any
And fucking you in the ass.
no by any means necessary. So it was like he was just trying to gauge toughness. So you had to stop the guy from crawling. So like literally, they were like choking each other out, so they would stop moving. Like, there's video evidence of them, like, literally choking them until they're passing out. Like, you had to stop the other guy from crawling away. It was just, it's crazy. But I'm obsessed with it because I'm a big Florida fan. So I'm very, very excited about it. Yeah, but also while we're here, as I pull up an Am I the Asshole real quick. What was I going to say? For WrestleMania. So do you want to do like Thursday through Tuesday or Thursday through Monday? Like, what are we trying to do?
Let's do Thursday to Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to take a full week. That's gonna be expensive Airbnb, and then I'm not gonna get paid that week because I'm not working.
Fair.
Yeah.
So do we want to like? Are we looking to do like the Raw after Mania and all that other shit, or like just the Raw or something?
Do you want to do the Raw after Mania?
It'd be better than the Smack. Like, because here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna do SmackDown / Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you can skip that.
Depending on who gets inducted. Like I'm comfortable because I went to the Hall of Fame when Taker was inducted, and that's like I'm cool with that. But I also feel like Heyman's going in.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ECW guys out there.
You know, like I feel like Heyman's going in or something. Like I'm not gonna go to NXT Stand and Deliver, even though it's probably gonna be literally like right across the street.
When are they doing that? When are they doing that?
Stand
Friday?
and Deliver is usually before night one. But the crazy part...
Oh, no, that's too much wrestling.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is, like, half of the people are going to be there anyways. It's in the same parking lot. You, like, literally just walk
That's true. That's a good
across the
point.
street.
You just walk across the street.
Yeah. Or walk across the parking lot and everybody's right there. But I'd rather do, if anything, I'd rather do a Raw after Mania because you never know what the fuck's going to happen in the next, 8 months?
Yeah, we could do the Raw after. So come in Thursday, leave Tuesday.
Yeah. Or we can pull the leave right after Raw like we did in Chicago.
Could do that too. We could also do that too. That's not that bad of a drive. Would you want to do Thursday like afternoon or Thursday night after work?
Thursday afternoon.
Thursday afternoon? All
Yeah.
right.
It'll be easier. I mean, I had to look up the Airbnbs and stuff like that. And also, if we get a big enough place,
Yeah, because
we can get more
Who do
people.
you want to room with us? Like Charles, Kay?
Jonathan.
Is Kay bringing anyone?
Probably Liv.
Okay.
Jonathan's going.
Yeah.
Your friend Jonathan Valerio.
I think he lives down there though.
Does he?
I'll text him and see if he wants to room with us.
Yeah, because I mean, if we get a big enough place, we can cut costs pretty easily.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll text him right now.
Yeah, be like, yo, what's up? Like, heard you're going to Mania.
No, I already texted him the other day. Like once you told me he got tickets, I texted him immediately.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, he said it's his first Mania. He wants to come back after the podcast after Mania to recount his first experience. I told him,
Absolutely.
Once you hear America Beautiful, it'll hit you. I dropped a Ricky line.
I would be very excited to have him come on and talk about his first Mania experience. Because that'd be great. We're trying to figure out. I know Slack was considering going down.
No, Fred said he isn't going to be able to make it because tickets are already sold.
I know. The secondary market's going to be fucking wild. But no, I'm down for it. Hold on. That's what I was going to do. I was going to pull up one quick Reddit MIB asshole before we get out of here because I'm very interested. We haven't done one in a while. Frets, when are you going to do your first Mania? Frets, honestly, if they do Minnesota next year, which they have not revealed where they're going yet, which is interesting. If they do Minnesota next year, Frets, you better show up. Seriously, it's right there.
Shit.
Like you gotta show up.
All right, we'll do one quick. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
I'm fucking hungry.
Hold on, let me see.
Oh, there we go. File's been uploaded. Thank fucking Christ.
There you go. Let me see.
I hate that MediaFire is like this, but I don't want to spend $20 a month for Dropbox when I don't need it.
No, there's a whole bunch of other stuff.
Especially when I don't need to keep, like, old episodes of Talk on Tarashik on here anymore. Just get rid of them.
Let me see. Oh, wow, that's a big one.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, all right. It's posted a day ago. Here we go. Am I the asshole for leaving my... Yeah, probably. Am I the asshole for leaving my son's wedding early?
Wow. do tell.
Yeah. My son's name is Alan. He's 26 male. He has recently gotten married to Helen, who's around the same age. I love them both very much. It's relevant to mention that I really dislike parties in large gatherings. I'm not sociable at all, and I really just dislike them. Okay, a little bit of an introvert, fine. So it was kind of a downer when I heard about Alan and Helen were going to have a wedding with around 150 people. It's a wedding. What did you expect?
That's honestly like an average number of people.
Yeah, I told Alan ahead of time that I would probably leave early and that me and the rest of our family would take 2 cars so that they could stay if they wanted to. He looked like he didn't mind at the time. So at the wedding itself, after the ceremony, I basically told him that I was glad and it looked great, but I was going to go home. He asked if I was going to at least stay for cake or for food, but the food didn't look all that appetizing to me, so I told him I was just going to leave. He said, all right, whatever, just go, and I went back to my table to get my stuff. I told my wife, and she said she didn't feel comfortable driving back alone. The venue was very far from us, and the roads were not great. I said in that case she should come with me, and after some hemming and hawing, she agreed, so we left. Wow. Jesus. 2 days...
You just didn't want to be there.
Yeah, both of his
and nothing
parents...
happened. There was no argument. You just didn't want to be there.
Both of his parents, though, like... Although it seems like the wife is a reluctant...
Pay for the food?
You have to pay. Like if it's in the
You
same
also
venue.
don't know if the wife. You also don't know if the wife was the mother.
True. She at best she sounds like a reluctant participant. Put it that way.
More like an enabler.
Well, I mean, what was she gonna do? She didn't feel comfortable driving. Yeah. He says, then 2 days later, Alan's new wife bombarded me and my wife with messages, but she was disgusted with us, saying horrible things about us and insulting us as people and as parents. Really just sick. And it sounds like it was his biological mom. I told her off and asked why she thought it was okay to talk to her in-laws like that, and she said that us leaving ruined the wedding for Alan and that he was very upset for the rest of the night. She continued to berate us. I politely told her to leave us alone and called Alan, mainly to inform him that his wife had a temper that he should know about. When we
believe me, bro, he knows. Any married man knows his wife has a temper. It's called they got married.
Yeah, exactly. When we talked about it, he basically started berating me too and said things like, "You always do this and just leave me alone before hanging up." Feel like I'm justified since I told him ahead of time that I wasn't going to stay. Am I the asshole here? There's an edit. He said,
yeah.
He said, since so many people care about the details, yes, there was a mother-son dance planned. Yes, he included me in the count for the food cost. Yes, I love him. No, this does not mean that I do not care about him. So
yeah, dude,
yeah,
you're an asshole.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You don't have any excuse. You just didn't want to be there at your son's wedding.
You know what probably ruined it for him? Because this focuses on a lot about the dad, of course.
Especially when he asked him to stay too. He's like, "Are you sure you have to go?" He's like, "Yeah, I just don't want to be here."
But
like, obviously, that's gonna that would ruin my fucking wedding.
Yeah, but also like, there was a mother-son dance planned, and now his mom, the reluctant participant, because she didn't want to drive back alone, had to leave with him.
Yeah, she missed the dance.
She missed the dance. Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Dude, that's so embarrassing.
That's embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, like my mom can't wait for that fucking dance. So she like talks about. When my brother was getting married, she asked me 4 times what fucking song she should choose for my brother. I'm like, Mom, just pick one. Like, I'm gonna tell the same thing. Just fucking pick one. It means more to you than it does to me. So just pick a song. Like, it's your song.
Yeah,
just pick it.
Seriously. So yeah, it is. Damn, dude, that was probably the kick. But yeah, no, that's a dick move. Like, if you're gonna go for the event, fucking stay. Like,
yeah,
fuck, dude. Like,
help clean up, asshole.
Or something. Like, theoretically, your son should only get married once. Like, this is a moment, you know.
That's a big theoretically there.
I know it's a big theory. It's a 50-50 chance, statistically speaking.
God, isn't that sad?
That's so sad. He's like, "Hey, great ceremony. I'm gonna leave." I'm like,
I should text my brother. Statistically, one of us is gonna get divorced. It's gonna be me or you.
Dude, yeah, that's a huge, like, you ruined the plate. Like, just upped and dipped. Like essentially during like cocktail hour. Cocktail hour is the best part of any wedding.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah, duh.
Like, to a couple of my friends, literally, I know it was Sam's wedding and then Vaughn's wedding. We took pictures, all the group pictures before the wedding, so that nobody would miss cocktail hour.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, my brother did the same thing. Like, no, cocktail hour started while we were like on our way back from doing the final round of pictures.
Oh yeah, no, we did all of our pictures like hours
fine.
before. Yeah,
just fine.
Yeah.
We might go an extended cocktail hour, and like Wallo's wedding's in a few weeks, on the September 10th.
Ooh.
So and there's a big bunch of us. We all got an Airbnb, so we're all gonna be taking pictures with each other, like at the ceremony, after the ceremony, while Wallo's doing his thing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's just, and then cocktail hours is like, okay, no more pictures. Let's go get fucked up and drunk. Let's have fun. and eat all the food. Eat all the kosher food because they're both Jewish.
I still don't know how I functioned at my friend Vaughn's wedding, because like when we were getting ready, they had all of this alcohol for us. So we got ready, we took pictures, we were all kind of like slammed, and then we did like a last second rehearsal.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, and
because you were in the wedding.
Yeah,
right?
I was in the wedding. We did a last second rehearsal, and we looked like a wreck, and somehow we pulled it off. Vaughn told me after, he was like, "I don't know how you guys did that, because like we were smashed, like we killed a lot of bottles." Oh, Frets, before we leave, Frets is saying a new match for All In. What do we got, Frets? Let me know so that we can get out of here and I can answer my phone, because apparently I'm popular. Apparently, unbeknownst to me.
So they tell me.
This is a new occurrence this year. New match for All In. What is it, Frets? What do we have?
It's Butcher and the Blade versus
versus the bunny.
Uno and John Huber's kid.
-1.
Yeah, sure. The kid at WrestleMania.
Wait, I thought Billy Gunn retired.
Yeah, I'm bumping this down to a 7. No AR Fox, and you put in Billy Gunn.
And the Acclaimed versus House of Black for Trios titles.
A second trios? Okay.
So 2 trios
That's
matches.
that's the thing with AEW, dude. Not enough singles matches. Not enough exclusivity on these cards. Participation trophies are boring, man. I'm gonna fucking say it.
Yeah, I mean, now the Acclaim's going to do a freestyle in front of 80,000 people.
Which is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I really thought Billy Gunn retired. That stinks. That stinks. Daddy ass no more. This is the WrestleMania 2000 of AEW pay-per-views. Damn. That's rough. That's rough. The WrestleMania 2000. You have low expectations for this All In.
And then All Out's the week after.
All Out's next week.
In Chicago.
In Chicago. Oh, Billy, you idiot. Okay, so he probably got his name back from WWE. So Daddy Ass retired, and now he's back to Badass Billy Gunn from the Attitude Era.
Oh, okay, that's pretty clever.
Listen, I'll only agree to this if we get the Ass Man song. It's one of the greatest.
I'm not gonna lie. Nobody say that's fucking stupid, but because it's Billy Gunn, it fits his character and it works. That's just straight up.
I want the. Do you remember his song "I'm an Ass Man"?
I don't know that song. I didn't watch back then.
Look up.
I've heard it, but I don't know it.
Look up the lyrics to Billy Gunn's "Ass Man."
I don't know if I want to look up the lyrics. That sounds like a lot of work.
They're announcing matches for All Out now.
They kind of have to, right?
Yeah, Darby versus Luchasaurus and Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs for All Out. Essentially,
why? Are they in storylines, or it's like, fuck, this is a house show, isn't it?
Oh my god, there's a reason you space out your events like this.
Well, no, I think no, All Out was like booked because Zarian talked about this. Like All Out was booked ahead of time, and they this is the only date they could get All In, so it was either don't do it or do it. So they did it, which I can't blame them.
I can't blame them either, but they got to space it out better for next year.
Yeah, well, they didn't know, right? And how could they have known?
Yeah. Didn't WWE do this after SummerSlam one year? The next week?
Well, that was when Roman won that was when the Fiend won the title at SummerSlam. And then, like, just kidding, it's Roman at Payback the next week.
Yeah, it was Payback. Yeah. But it's rare. But like, WWE doesn't put on another major show like the week after WrestleMania. That's kind of a thing here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have Darby almost kill himself in a coffin match to then face Luchasaurus the next week. More power to you. Who knows? Right here. Ready to get out of here, Will?
Yep, let's do it to it.
All right, let's do it, folks. We're getting out of here, and we will see you later.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Don't screw us up, AEW. Swear to God.
Or do. Fuck do I care.